time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone. We have made it to Friday. Yes, we have. Things are looking great out there right now. 86 degrees in Savannah. We got a few little patchy fair weather clouds, cumulus clouds we call it. So we are on for at least the start to a good weekend, and we got some rain that's on the way, but looks like we'll get through today mostly dry all throughout West Tennessee. 88 right now in Jackson. Let's go on over and take a look at Kenton, coming in at 88 as well. South winds at about 15 here in Paris at 82 degrees. Current temperatures, we've got 86 degrees here in Union City, 84 right now in Dyersburg, 88 in Covington, we've got 88 in Somerville and Bolivar, 88 right now in Henderson. It's a warm afternoon out there, folks, so a lot of areas just shy of the 90-degree mark right now. 82 in Huntington and Camden coming in at 82 degrees, where, yeah, we had our fair share of storms last night, didn't we, Camden? We had, I think it was 3, maybe 4 severe thunderstorm warnings that we had come in through the evening as we were live tracking all of those storms, and we'll be watching again tomorrow too, because we could be dealing with more. All right, winds out of the south as high as about 20 miles per hour. All attention though on the radar, though, at least it's not over the West Tennessee area. But let's get a good look at this. You can see the cumulus clouds, nothing trying to develop on the radar, so not looking at any thunderstorms right now. There is a very slight chance, a little bit less than 20% odds that we could see a little small storm develop, but it's going to be a very low chance of that. And if it does happen, it's not going to be severe, and it would be very short-lived. And you can see some of the clouds that have been trying to rise a little bit in the afternoon, but so far they've been good and camped out. This purple area here, the boxes showing tornado watches all throughout Oklahoma, Kansas, right up through portions of Iowa and Missouri here, and we've got some tornado watches up here across places like Illinois and on a little further to the east. Meanwhile, nice and quiet here in West Tennessee. So that's a good start, but you know, as we had yesterday, we're going to have some of that energy coming our direction, and so we'll have to watch out for the weekend, because we got this in the severe weather outlook. Look at this, folks. We got a moderate risk. This is one of only 2 I think we've had this season that's been nearby, at least. You can see that red area. So that is a 4 out of 5 risk, and thankfully it's not here, but very dangerous situation. Then out away from that, you've got the enhanced risk, 3 out of 5, the 2 out of 5 risk, which is the yellow, and then the marginal risk. And we'll be watching this evening just in case, because, you know, that does get over about 40 or 50 miles to the northwest of West Tennessee. So we are going to see that system moving towards us, and it's going to arrive through here on Saturday, but it should weaken considerably. But again, I bet you we're going to have at least some strong storms with this. Here's a closer view, and this is what we're talking about. The nearest edge of that 1 out of 5 risk, not too far from Lake County, Obion County. You know, this is very close by. So some of these storms, if they turn more to the right, they could certainly come in and at least brush parts of northwest Tennessee. But the really higher risk of severe weather is on further out there, where it goes up to that moderate risk. And by the way, right now we don't have a severe weather outlook in for Saturday. So the Storms Prediction Center is not thinking we'll have any severe weather, but I have the right to disagree. I think we could very well see some storms, especially late afternoon, especially down here near the Tennessee River. We're going to replay this Futurecast, but look at how active it's going to be. This is going through Saturday, and especially right in there, 4, 5, 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Very active. Now, again, the time is right here at the top, so keep an eye on that, and we're going to roll this again. In fact, I'm going to step over here. You can see some of those showers, a few storms come in the morning. So 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, right through here. And then here we are at 10 o'clock, some of that getting down here near Parsons, back over to Savannah. It kind of moves on to the east, but once again, it's the second batch here that starts to look more threatening. Here's 4 o'clock, 5 in the evening, 6 p.m., and you can see coming through the Savannah area. So this is going to be similar to what we had on yesterday evening, Thursday evening. So again, we got plenty of time. So we'll let this roll again. Look at the time over here. We got one batch comes through in the morning hours, a little gap there between those. And then as we head into the afternoon, we got this next wave that comes in, I-40 by 2 o'clock. These areas by about 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock right through here in the evening. And then it just kind of winds down. So there's you a good look at the timing with our Futurecast 2.0. So I love that we can spend a little more time with you than we used to could in traditional TV. Now look at what's going on. This is what we've been talking about all week long. Here's a powerful cold front. Look, just behind this front. And of course, all a cold front is just the very front end of a big pool of much colder air. And so the very front edge of that cold air is right through here. And look on the other side where we've had a warm front lift up recently. We got all these 80-degree temperatures. You go a little further west and 54 degrees. Right now in Omaha, 30 degrees right now in Bismarck, North Dakota. 34 right now in Denver, Colorado. That front, the flags, of course, show the direction of that cold air. It is aiming right towards the West Tennessee area. That's going to arrive in here tomorrow evening, but I don't think we're going to get through it without a bump in the road. And I think we need to be very careful there in the afternoon and evening hours with that second round of storms we were showing you there. Looking at your evening forecast, so we drop down into the upper 60s, but still going to be very mild, almost 70 degrees as we head into the morning tomorrow. So we'll get down to about 69 degrees, about 68 by 8 a.m. with some of those storms coming in. And yes, we'll likely have a lot of those in and around the area by about 6, 7 o'clock, right along in there. That'll be the arrival time, and those will be pushing through. It'll be noisy in the morning, but that's not the severe stuff, the strong to severe stuff. It's going to come mainly between about 1 p.m. and about 6 p.m. All right, so that's when we really need to pay attention to the weather tomorrow. And right now we're not in a severe weather outlook, but I bet you we'll go under one by tomorrow, or by tonight rather, later tonight. So Saturday looks stormy. If you have outdoor plans, it's going to be a tough go because, we're talking about 80 to 90% probability for Saturday. But Sunday, much cooler, and we go right back to sunshine. That's going to be a nice day. Northwest winds. It'll be a little bit blustery, though, with those northwest winds, kind of chilly, too, throughout much of the day, blowing in here at 10 to 20 miles an hour. All right, so here's your 7-day forecast. ASPCA brings us this, and we'll step out of the way here. So we're going to be dropping in temperature. We'll go to 75 on Saturday, 68 for the high on Sunday. And let's talk about these low temperatures. I'm going to go ahead and say we'll probably be readjusting this for the 10 o'clock, but probably like 39 as we head into Sunday morning. The latest data that's like coming in literally as I speak. 68 for the high Sunday, and then we're going to be more like low 40s as we get into Monday morning. So a chilly next couple of nights coming in, Saturday night and Sunday night. We'll be back to the mid 70s on Monday, back to the low 80s by Tuesday, and it looks like we will be warming up, but it looks like much of next week should be dry for us. And again, we'll just definitely need to watch out there for Saturday, especially afternoon and evening hours, mainly between about 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. That's when there's going to be some strong thunderstorms in here. And again, if any of those get strong or severe, we're going to be right here tracking those as they move through the area. This has been meteorologist Brian Davis. Have a great afternoon, evening, everyone. We'll see you back at 10.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.